Two. He's way behind that red line. He's not crossed.
Tour guides here at the park. Welcome to the world-famous Universal Studios Tour.
Hi, I'm Alicia. In just a few minutes, you're going to board our tram for a tour of the movie studio that can last as long as 1 hour.
That's right, an hour. Because of the length of the tour, we strongly recommend that you use the restrooms here in the tram plaza before you board the tram.
If you need to step out of the queue line, please ask for the
Party two? Party two?
We could be so close to filming every That's our place. So we get right by production. You won't be seeing those big bag lights and those flash.
th anniversary studio tour. Typically our back lot is sort of an undecorated blank canvas, but we've got the camera ready in the lost spots, a lot of cool photo ops. You never know who or what you might see. I can tell you, you're going to see a lot of me. Everybody, my name is JT. I'm going to be your guide today as we take you out of the park. About an hour or so, we got over 400 acres of our lot to explore there. We are the oldest, largest studio lot in Los Angeles, and we are about to take you right down to the heart of it in just a second. We want to make sure everyone's got a pair of 3D glasses before we get down there. If you do not have these, raise your hands up high so we can get you some before we leave. This is the only place we can get them. If you do not have those, all right. Looks like we're good to go there. And a few safety rules before we hit the road as well. First, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, have any sound or video issues, Reach up, grab the red emergency cord that runs along the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the tram. Hold on to your valuables. The studio is private property. So if you do drop something, just reach up, grab the cord, and remain seated. Please, no smoking of any kind during the tour. And be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. So you want to have your cameras out for great photo ops. Just keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you're on the tram. Watch those arms and legs. Skates are coming down back there, guys. Now, I'm not by myself. We've got our driver, Jose, up here. Everyone say hi, Jose.
Hi, Jose.
That's right. Jose is going to be the man in charge, getting us around the lot at a fast and furious 5 to 10 miles per hour, depending on what we encounter back there. All kinds of cool, crazy stuff going on. And you might have noticed, if you're familiar with our trams, and you got on the tram today, it looks a little bit different than it normally does. It's got this new red and white striped look. It says Glamour tram on the front. This is a sort of recreation of our original trams from back in the 60s, the Glamour trams. That we'll talk more about. You'll see on screen here as well. Again, all a part of our 60th. Let's say goodbye to all those strangers on our left who we'll probably never see again, but we're going to go see some cool stuff right now to help us kick it off. I'm going to introduce one more person, our co-host, our master of ceremonies. He's the host of The Tonight Show. Everyone say hi to Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world's famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking. Why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. A great 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white star. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we'll pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
That's right, thank you, Jimmy. I can see all of you better now. Hi, everybody, way in the back, and way in the middle, and way in the front. So, to get you all down the line, we're going to leave the park and go down the big hill. We call this the Universal Timeline. We're going to see all these movie posters on the right and the left. As we go down, they sort of chronicle our journey all the way from the beginning up till today. So this takes us all the way back, starting in 1915. It was March 15th. 1915, when our founder, Carl Laemmle, right here, opened up the doors to Universal. He invited the public in. You could watch them make silent films, go from set to set, walk around, and see all the technology involved in it. But when the silent film era ended, the walking tours ended. It wasn't until the 60s, under leadership of company chairman Lou Wasserman and executives Al Dworkin and Jay Stein there, they revived the idea of a tour when the Gray Line buses that originated from Hollywood made a stop at our gates. And it was July 15th, 1964, the first of our red and white candy-striped Glamour trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour rioting tour of the lot. We started with 2 guys, 2 drivers, and 1 ticket seller. Worked out of a trailer on Languishing Boulevard. From there, added all kinds of cool stuff. The burning house right there, and the rock slide. Both of these things happened right here on the hill. To your left, the rock slide will come down there. And on your right, our burning house turned into a fire station. Ironically, it's a real fire station. We are our very own city. We are all in Universal City right now. We've got our very own fire station, sheriff's substation, and even our own zip code. We are the largest movie-making city of its kind around this park. So, at the very bottom of the hill, that's when we're going to hit what we call the front lot. The front lot is home to most of our sound stages, the first of which you're going to see on our left coming up. Stage 12, home to some of our most iconic sets. Everything's on screen and all done right there. That's our oldest and largest sound stage on property, which is 1928. Just further down the road, you'll see more like it. Stages 7 through 11 be on the left. And on our right-hand side, we're going to pass by still someone to think about. Got Jurassic World here, and once we get off of the hill, we'll be on the backside of Super Nintendo World to your right. Home of Mario and Luigi, stars of our biggest film in 2023, Super Mario Bros. Movie. But this part of the lot, way back when in the 60s, this is where you would visit the office of costume designer Oscar winner Edith Head. You'd also visit the dressing room for Lucille Ball, the tram would drive through the prop department here. And by the 80s, it turned into the preview center. You could get off the tram and see a special effects show right here. But today, most of our sound stages, again, are on the front lot. We're passing 7 and 8. The doors are open. Full chance to look inside. They are getting sets prepped right now for Bel Air, one of our Peacock original shows. I've got a few members of the cast here, Bates and Ollie Charlton, to tell you guys a little more about the front lot.
Leaving the theme park behind and entering the front lot with real Hollywood magic is made from cows, well inside the sound stages that surrounds us, and any kind of environment that you can imagine. For the past 60 years, Studio Tour visitors have driven right by these buildings, and inside these walls, the sets from your favorite TV shows and movies have transported audiences anywhere the imagination could take you, even to a palatial mansion in Bel Air. When we film Bel Air, we love coming out of the sound stages and seeing the trams filled with excited guests as they drive by. So, keep an eye out. You never know who or what you'll see on the Studio Tour.
Bel Air also films right here at stage 14 on our left, our second largest soundstage on property. It's also been home to films like How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's where we built Mount Crumpet, where the Grinch lived. Jurassic Park, when they first meet a dinosaur, the Brachiosaurus. All done right there on the walls of 14. It's actually the anniversary of Jurassic Park today. 31 years ago, Jurassic Park was released. Became the biggest box office hit of all time. It beat out E.T. for that record, another Spielberg film. But just on our right now, 16 through 19, these sound stages have been home to some of our biggest sitcoms. Shows like The Jeffersons, Martin, Coach, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, just to name a few. We've got a newer show based on a true story filming today at stage 16. That stars Kaylee Kuoko, also on Peacock. Stage 19 we're going to pass by. It was used on the film side not long ago for the now 7-time Oscar-winning film, Oppenheimer, took home 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, our 11th Best Picture winner. They did all the Oval Office scenes right here in 19. You guys might have also seen the Minions representing Illumination Entertainment there. We're about to pass by where Illumination has offices on our lot. They're in our famous bungalows coming up on the left. To tell you more about them, the CEO of Illumination.
In the early days of the studio, these bungalows were used as dressing rooms to the stars of Hollywood's golden age. Now, they're used as offices where some of Hollywood's top directors, writers, and producers work their magic to get a production ready, including my company, Illumination. At Illumination, we've made some of the most successful animated films in box office history, including Despicable Me, The Lorax, The Secret Life of Pets, Minions, Sing, The Grinch, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. And the team is hard at work again as we launch our next film, Despicable Me 4.
So a fun look at Despicable Me 4 on screens coming out later this summer, but we are passing those bungalows on your left. You'll see all the placards there. Kevin Williamson in his office there, the writer of Scream, favorite shows like Dawson's Creek. Right back here in the back, Mark Platt Productions, see the big Wicked balloon there. They are the team working on Wicked, coming out this year with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Bungalow 5195 right here, that silhouette next to the number, that's Alfred Hitchcock silhouette. That was his office back in the day when he was working here on the lot. That is now home to the De Laurentiis Company. To go on and on, naming all the big names working in those bungalows right now as we speak, but as we get past them to your left, some of our newest sound stages right now, 25 and 26. 25 is currently home to Lopez versus Lopez. That stars George Lopez on NBC. 26 is being used for a brand new show coming to NBC. It's called St. Dennis Medical. We're also going to see a set on the back lot where they're preparing to film now as well. We are transitioning from the front lot to the back lot right now, where we're going to see less sound stages and more of our exterior sets.
We're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot, where we have exterior sets for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations turned into big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown. Yeah, that guy. For countless movies and TV shows. This is Universal's Metro sets.
So we wind our way into the Metro sets. The first street that we'll see and talk about It's called Brownstone Street. Coming up past the buildings on our right is our sort of classic New York style brownstone apartments over there. Featuring films like The Sting, another Best Picture winner of ours. We saw Miami with Jim Carrey, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I was on the clip, but I just love it so much, so I always mention it. And then back to the right, behind it a little bit, you'll see those sets they're working on right now for St. Denis Medical. It takes place in a hospital, so that's sort of the emergency room entrance, I believe. But just past Brownstone, we're going to come up to one of the most recognizable spots on the Metro sets.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour? See you in the future.
Not sure about 88, guys, but we will get you there one way or another. As we round the corner, welcome to the Courthouse Square, Hill Valley, as you might know it. We'll see the infamous clock tower and our very own Dr. Brown. He's got his time machine with him.
You made it! Just survived my latest experiment in time travel. Hill Valley, California, Courthouse Square.
Back to the Future.
To right now to the East Coast as we head out of the suburbs. We'll say goodbye to Doc and to Hill Valley. Also, other cool productions there. Ted more recently in the new series, or all the way back to 1959, the pilot episode of The Twilight Zone also filmed right there. But welcome now, guys, again to New York Street. This has been countless. New York and countless productions, but it's also home to or used to be home to a studio tour classic.
Did you know the Metro sets were once the home of Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath.
Now, that may not be the last that we hear or see of King Kong, but we are winding through New York Street. Again, this has been New York. In films like The Amazing Spider-Man, Hobbs and Shaw from Fast and Furious. We turned this into Chicago for the Blues Brothers. We've had music videos for artists like Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, U2, Taylor Swift, you name them, they've been here. TV series, Quantum Leap on NBC, Bel Air films here a lot. American Ninja Warrior, they built their obstacle course on New York Street, literally right where we are every year. We had Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling here a few weeks ago. They filmed some promo stuff for their new movie, The Fall Guy. Vanity Fair photo shoots, State Farm commercial, any kind of production that you can think of. We can manage it. We can do anything you can imagine with these sets as well. We can adapt them in so many different kinds of ways. Shoots, which can be a lot more complicated for everyone involved. You usually start around maybe around 6 p.m. and go to 6 a.m. What they did instead was build an entire dome of black tarps around the Metro sets here to make it look like nighttime. That's why you'll also maybe notice those little glimmers of light shining through the tarps on screen there. Nothing they can't fix with a little editing and movie magic.
Nice place, huh?
The Sting there you saw, which filmed here on the Metro sets, it's another one of our Best Picture winners. It's the first, or Oppenheimer, I should say, was our first Best Picture winner to have filmed on the lot since The Sting won Best Picture.
And I say
classics here, Universal releases. We're about to head out of our little concrete jungle here, guys, and fun stuff. Head out to the real jungle of Skull Island, just up the hill. We've got a date with King Kong, and on the way out, we're gonna see another studio tour classic on the way. Two retired effects from over 50 years ago: the collapsing bridge and the runaway train. They say the collapsing bridge was a mechanical effect. The train would cross over, and as you did, the hydraulic support beams would seem to collapse right underneath you. The runaway train was originally on a western set, 6 points, and it would come hurtling right at the tram before coming to a screeching halt just as it seemed it was going to run into you. We're both right there as we make our way down the Skull Island. Tell by this lovely, warm, and welcoming entrance. It gets a little bumpy, so make sure that we stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the tram. Here is director Peter Jackson. He's going to come tell you guys a little bit more before we head on to the island.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to do it. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
That's right, friends, and again, as we head on, make sure you stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the tram. Hold on to your banners. Everything. You don't want to go the rest of the day without your cell phone or your children, perhaps. We're going to head on as soon as our team has cleared the way. Give us the green light. Make sure it's safe to go. Let's see. Seems like the gates to Skull Island are opening as we speak. Shook up. That's right. bearings real quick. You still with me there? Car 1, car 2, 3, 4. All skulls are intact. Yes. No. That was some of the most advanced 3D technology in the industry. Brought to you by Weta FX. They are behind visuals in films like King Kong, The Lord of the Rings, The Jungle Book, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the Avatar movies, which they won their 7th Academy Award for last year. See the screens, they were 40 feet tall, 180 feet wide. All brought to you by Weta FX.
With the Project Bates Studio Tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side. Working on a movie, we always know people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on. Here we have to take into account that people are looking in all directions. Also, one of the things about this wide range of movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This one represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
All right, we've escaped Skull Island. We're going to wind our way further into the back lot now. Again, seeing our exterior sets like the Metropolitan sets. These are practical sets and facades. Practical means you can film on the inside and out of the sides, just the front 2 sides of the building. You see a lot of these as we go. More of the back side of the Metro there on your right. Something we don't always get to see on the tour. This monster, this was hand spray painted by artist Tristan Lee. Spray painted the whole thing by himself there, an homage to some of our classic monsters who we are definitely going to talk about in a little bit on the tour. A few other things we'll see first though. We do have a few sound stages on the back lot right here coming up, 30 through 33. Stage 30 there, home to The Voice. That's where they film. They are in production for season 26, I believe, right now. Just in front of our sound stages here, you see this body of water there on your left. That's called the Hollywood Ocean. This is where we added the parting of the Red Sea to the tour back in 1973. Inspired by the classic film, The 10 Commandments, you have the star of the movie, Charlton Heston there, show up, part the waters, and the Glamour tram to drive right through, giving everyone on board a sea level view. They had prop torpedoes and submarines, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And our history with the Hollywood Ocean goes even further back in time. Let's say 1954. The Hollywood Ocean then was the Black Lagoon. As in the creature from the Black Lagoon. One of our classic monsters there, a creature feature coming up on its 70th anniversary. And we are getting close to monster territory right now. But first, as we are about halfway through the tour, I just want to remind everyone, if you need assistance or have an emergency or drop something, reach up, grab the red E-cord there, just stay seated. I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so in that case. Particularly stay seated now as we make our way into monster territory, what we call Little Europe. Here we go, my friends, through what is essentially the birthplace of the monster movies. Films like Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Bully, The Invisible Man, they all filmed right here in the streets of Little Europe. Much more colorful in real life. We're going to wind our way through, and if you're not a monster person, that's okay. You might also recognize Little Europe as the good place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrap.
You see the shop, right, the yogurt shop on the corner there, on your left. You're going to see that on screen in about 3, 2, 1, right there where the scene takes place. Now, if you guys did want to see a monster, and look to your right, sitting on that bench, it's the Invisible Man. Everyone say hi, it's his 90th anniversary. He's so excited to see you. He's actually looking for a ride, so if you don't mind, car forward, scoot over a bit. He's actually running up now, he's jumping in. He's nice most of the time, don't worry. But he's coming from the Court of Miracles. that part of Little Europe. It's been featured in films like Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney Houston, Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement, Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman, To Take It Back to the Monsters, when he played Dracula. And that was sort of our first big monster movie. After that, Frankenstein came along, not too long after that movie, and the studio approached Bela about playing Frankenstein. But Bela read the script, and he was like, this character doesn't hardly say anything the whole time at all. He was like, any extra on the lot could play this character. And he sat for a makeup test and then was like, for sure, no, I'm not going to do it. Again, find an extra. So they went and found an extra from the lot, Boris Karloff, who would go on to play Frankenstein and who would go on to have a bigger career than Bela Lugosi did. So you never know. If you have an opportunity, take it. You never know whether it seems big. Alright guys, production's opened up the elevator doors. We're heading in now. Again, they're checking. Look around. I think again you can figure out the location probably quickly where we are. Maybe get a sense of what kind of scene they got going on here. Again, all the cameras set up, lighting's good to go, hair and makeup's on standby. Director would pretty much just have to call action and they'd start rolling, but we're just gonna kind of no guys, I'm not the director. We're just rolling by quickly. Hang tight, looks like they're rolling, guys. We might be in trouble. Guys, I think there's enough clues here to know that that's just California when it rains. That's actually Earthquake, the big one. That was an attraction that opened 35 years ago, back in 1989. It was closed for a long time. Some of you might know it just reopened this spring for the 60th anniversary, so you came just the right time to see. It's got its very own color makeover. We updated all the props and camera equipment, brought it into the 21st century. It was inspired by the disaster film Earthquake. It came out around Thanksgiving of '74. Universal was going to follow that up with another even more terrifying film that Christmas. But this film got delayed to the next summer. It goes on, though, to become the first summer blockbuster. That's the setting of the film we're talking about. Amity Island might ring a bell. We're talking about a Spielberg movie. If that's not doing it for you guys, that's probably a dead giveaway. We're talking about Jaws. That's right. Good news, they caught the shark. So if you wanted to plan a beach trip after Universal, maybe Amity could be your next stop. Wait a second, guys. I'm not sure the coast is so clear. We've got divers right now by the boat, guys. That's George. George, get out of the... Now more than ever, guys, stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the chair. There is still a shark in the water. miles for a shark attack as you're all okay and survived. We're not going to stick around for the sequel. We're going to get out of Amity quickly. On to our next set where we might have to get through more water elements. To tell you more about that is the co-host and weather anchor of the Today Show, the one and only Mr. Alan Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968.
That's right, guys. We've got more storms to weather as we enter old Mexico. As Al mentioned, we're going to demonstrate weather elements. We're going to use practical effects. That means they're happening in real life. We've got strobe lights and speakers. They are going to add some thunder and lightning to the set. If we want to throw in some rain, what we'll do is raise a sprinkler system on the set. And from there, pretty simple. We just flip the on switch. We flip the on switch. We flip that on switch. And there you go. Movie, making magic. If you got a sprinkler at home, you got a movie. Now, rain by itself might make a scene feel sad or romantic, but you throw in all those thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Suddenly, the tone has shifted. Things have become ominous. Maybe there's something dangerous coming just around the corner. Watch out back there, guys. Looks like you are caught in a flood. You might be in the splash zone. Right over here. Almost like I knew that was coming. That's crazy. Or like Al told you it was coming. That was the first attraction ever added on the tour. As Al mentioned, the flash flood. Added back in 1968. You might have seen that in the music video for Lady Gaga's song Judas, or in the movie Big Fat Liar starring Paul and Jim. There you have the flash flood. Much more enjoyed from the safety of the tram. Don't want to be that guy. Unless they pay you, then it's not so bad. But we're going to have out of all Mexico and cross over into the Old West. Welcome to 6 Points, our Western sets. Home to some of the most classic Westerns and Western stars. John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Jimmy Stewart, Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford, you name it. Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. They were here not long ago for Quentin Tarantino's 9th feature film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Shot several scenes here. Won a few Oscars for the film. Best production design and best supporting actor for Brad. But as you look around, another great example of art direction, bringing this sort of aesthetic to life. Also our practical sets and some facades. This is also one of the oldest parts of the lot. We go all the way back to 1915. No tour or theme park, but you could still come in the property. You could pay 25 cents to come in and watch them film stuff on the lot right here at 6 Points. They'd have bleachers around the sets. You could sit, cheer on the good guys, boo the bad guys, make all the noise you wanted. Didn't matter again, it was a silent film there. Not quite our case today, but we're going to head around the backside of 6 Points here. We're going to go up Steven Spielberg Drive. Very appropriately named. This will take us past Amity Island again, and it's going to talk about history in 6 Points. These films, Amistad and The Color Purple, both filmed there. But as we head back past Amity, I'm going to throw it over to Spielberg now. He's going to tell you guys a bit about how Jaws came to be right here on the lot.
So the Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into the creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal Lot. course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1970.
We scraped by Amity out of shark territory officially. We're passing into our suburbs area here on your right. That is our chicken ranch. The chicken ranch. Built back in 1982 on Soundstage 12. First soundstage that we saw come up in it's been moved on to the back since fully practical, making it on the inside and outside. Right here in the suburbs, Colonial Street on our left, we have a promo shoot happening there. Today you're going to see the signs for another famous neighborhood, the Lion Estates, coming up on our left, where Marty McFly lived in the Back to the Future films. They are really right here in the suburbs, also still on Steven Spielberg Drive. He was a producer on the Back to the Future films. I'm going to throw it back over to Spielberg. He's going to tell you guys a bit about how he got started with us here at Universal all those years ago.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that way. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Now, no more hiding in bathrooms, guys, but you'll have a chance, possibly, like Spielberg, to get to step off the tramp in just a bit. But first, we gotta get through some more Spielberg territory. We are about to turn right now into one of the sets from Spielberg's 2005 sci-fi epic War of the Worlds. Just to our left, this is one of the largest sets ever built at that time. We are no stranger to these large-scale sets like this before War of the Worlds. This is where we had Site B for the Lost World, Jurassic Park. And just before that, this is where we built Whoville for How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but very different from the whimsical nature of Whoville as you look around now. Again, another great example of art direction, all of that debris. It was someone's job, many people's job, not to just find every piece of it, but decide on the exact spot that it is in. This is about half the amount of debris they originally had for filming too. And then on your right, that is a real 747 airplane that Spielberg and team purchased from an airplane graveyard just north of us in the Mojave Desert. They bought it for about $60,000. Pretty good deal if you're in the marketplace for airplanes. It did cost them about $200,000 though, just to have it delivered to the lot. It's always the shipping fees. That's how they get that. But they had to chop it up in 4 parts and slice off the tops just to get it under the highway overpasses and on property. Now in the film, Spielberg would make you think that it's the aliens that do that to the plane. It was really just a logistical problem that he found a creative twist to. There's one thing Spielberg can do, it is take a logistical issue and find a creative twist to it. As you saw earlier with Jaws as well, a shark hardly ever working. They just cut around it, edited the film around it, so you didn't really end up seeing the shark that much. That's some master filmmaking for you from Spielberg and his crew, of course. Everyone involved, but we're going to go from one master filmmaker to the next. As we continue on, and around this next corner, we're going to come up to, in my humble opinion, one of the most iconic sets on the lot. This is the original Psycho house from Alfred Hitchcock's classic, Psycho. 1960, one of the most influential horror films of all time. keep an eye out up at the top windows as we head around the corner. You might see Mother herself in her rocking chair. She's got quite a great view. Don't generally get out much these days. Around down the corner, you'll see another iconic landmark coming up on the right. Our official scale replica of the Hollywood sign. As we've celebrated 60 years, the Hollywood sign has been celebrating 100 years, its centennial anniversary. And if you ever want a photo with the Hollywood sign, now is your chance, guys. So we have reached the Bates Motel, where you have a chance to step off the tram and onto the lot. First time in over 30 years, you can get off the tram if you'd like and put your feet down on the studio lot right here at the Bates Motel. We've got props from our prop department out. The motel, of course, had some photo ops with the Hollywood sign.
Is that the original old school one? All the props. Oh, you can't even go close to the Hollywood sign. So that's where they take the picture from. So it's not even that close. I thought you could go over there.
Reach up, grab the ready cord that runs along the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Just remember again to stay seated throughout the entire tour. We're gonna be heading out just a moment, guys. Sit back and tight. Gates are coming down, so watch those arms and legs. We'll be pulling off Janet Leigh Drive. You'll notice as we head off the road. Janet Leigh, the star of the film Psycho, plays Marion Crane, infamous shower scene have a street named after her and her husband, Tony Curtis, another famous actor. Together they made Jamie Lee Curtis, if you didn't know, a scream queen in her own right. We're going to head out though of our Hitchcock territory there onto our next set. As we get going, guys, this set is from a film directed and written by Jordan Peele, an Oscar winner in his own right, and our next special guest.
I remember going to Universal Studios when I was 12 years old, feeling this feeling of wonder. You know, one of my first trips at Universal Studios, seeing the Jaws ride, one of my favorite movies of all time. Just feeling like, that's him, that's the Jaws. But I don't even know if that is the Jaws. I hope it is. Sharing space with Hitchcock and Spielberg, I couldn't be more proud.
There's a look right there. Nope, Jordan Peele's latest feature film, third of his 3 that he's made. He's made all of his movies with Universal. We've been super excited about that partnership with him. He won his Oscar for his very first film, Get Out, back in 2017 for Best Original Screenplay. Not very often that horror shows up at the Oscars, much less wins, especially in writings. That was really, as you see in the film, so you all get to see it. Jupiter's Claim in real life right now, and to tell you more as we head in and throw it back to Jordan.
Go inside.
When a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the Winking Well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. Welcome to the world of no.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about UFO hotspots, but I do know I have to get all of you back to the park in one piece, so we're gonna get out as quickly as we can. On to our next set, just around the corner, where we might have had more trouble once upon a time. We're coming up on what was called the Doomed Glacier Expedition, better known as the Ice Tunnel. Featured in an episode of The $6 Million Man, starring Lee Majors and Andre the Giant as Bigfoot. The train would climb up to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet, and the only way back to the park was through the ice tunnel. With the slightest sound would trigger an avalanche, and it always did. It would cause the walls to spin and the tram to tilt along with the special Hollywood effect. Now, our tram is not so frozen anymore. Our tunnel, it's just rather fast and a little furious. This is now Sullivan's Garage, the hideout for Dom Toretto and his crew of the Fast and Furious franchise. This is another hot set. We'll put you right in the middle of your very own high-speed car chase scene with Dom and his crew. So stay seated, keep your arms and legs inside the tram, holding on to your divers. We're about to pull into the next bay, but to tell you more before we do, to our good friends Roman Pierce and Lenny.
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while, so we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. broken flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we're moving on.
FBI, don't move. Damn, that's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not...
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, let's back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family is protected.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in a minute.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate. Sean traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Levy, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Levy ready to go.
Alright, team, now's the time to put on your 3D glasses. 3D glasses on, any last hair and makeup touches, we're ready to call lights, camera, and action.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, let's hook him up.
I got the move by the horn!
Now we're moving.
Don't think you're getting away! Find the doors!
Way to go, lady.
Don't climb it up the missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this.
One of them shoot head from the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on!
Hit the nitrous. Ride or die.
And cut, that's a wrap on Fast and Furious Supercharged. Great work, team, great work. You are all officially a part of the family now. You're all bona fide action stars. And we're going to get you back to the part of Henry Dew found at Superstardom to help us wrap it up. One final time, bring it over to our co-host, Jimmy.
Over the past 6 decades, the studio tour has taken guests on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
That's right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jimmy. We appreciate all of you so much for coming today, spending time with us, and celebrating our 60th anniversary. 6 decades, giving you an insider look into Hollywood from our first golden age of TV to our current era of binge watching and streaming, and as movies get bigger on the big screen, giving you exclusive access to ride the movies right here at Universal. No matter how much entertainment changes, we will be here at the tour to show you how it's done. The studio tour, where it all began. All 60 years ago, it all comes back to those 2 Glamour trams traveling the lot in the summer of '64, and from there we expanded into everything else, all 7 of our destinations around the globe, including our upcoming Universal Epic Universe, again opening next year down in Orlando. Super excited for that, but just want to take a chance to acknowledge all of these studio tour guides, drivers, and ambassadors throughout our history who helped make the tour what it is today, including the hundreds of team members who support the tour today, including your driver, Jose. Let's give it up for Jose getting us around the lot today, and the driver you might have had earlier as well. Without them, guys, we would have had to walk all 400 acres of that lot. I don't think any of us would have enjoyed that, so super grateful for them and all of you again as well. So glad you guys got to come spend time with us today, and hope you had fun on the tour. We're going to get you back to the park just around the corner and get you out the rest of the day, where you can have lots of more fun as well. I did notice I've got a birthday in car 1. Any other birthdays on the tram? Ooh, we got a birthday in car 3. I think we got another one back there too. All right. Help me wish him happy birthday on 3, guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. That's right. You're in a great place to celebrate for any reason or just to have fun. We are back at the park. As I say, that's a wrap. JT signing off. See you guys in the movies. Have fun, everyone. Stay safe. Alrighty, let's see. Gates coming up 1 by 1. I promise, car 1, I'm not lying. There we go. Thanks again, everybody. Have fun today. Stay safe.